Hi everybody, welcome back. Greetings and salutations, motherfuckers. How's it going? As my buddy Mark, Gay Mark, Famicom Mark always says, hey, how's it going? Yeah, guys, anyway, it's at the end of September right now. It's September fucking 28th while I make this, so I waited till the very end of September to fucking do this shit. But anyway, it's 9 p.m. It's literally the day before I'm going to release this video, so I gotta film this, and then I gotta take it out and put it into the computer, and then put all the fucking clips together, and then just send it out, and then upload it. So I don't know if I'll be able to get this out on time. But whatever, you know, do what you gotta do. But anyway, welcome back. I know that you guys really love these monthly updates. I was debating doing it earlier. I was gonna do it, like, you know, outside with my GoPro, but I really do like, I don't know, I just like how the setting of this, of like constantly always being in this room and just like hanging out, you know? Got to adjust a little bit. There we go. But anyway, yeah, this is my September 2020 update. I do an update, like, for all of you new people who don't know these, I do an update at the end of every month since the beginning of January. I'd like to keep doing this, where basically I have a bunch of notes here on my computer, and I go through and I talk about everything and anything. Talk about personal life, job, the health, YouTube, live streams, stuff that happened this month or whatever, like basically, and what stuff I want to talk about at the end of this, etc. There's no editing in these videos. It's just me talking to a camera, and that's that. Anyway, it's Monday today. Tomorrow I'm going to go camping in Okutama, which is like some camping ground in northern Tokyo, where it's basically just a giant field where it's like sectioned off by fences or whatever, and like people can camp there, and it's like everybody and their mom goes there to camp. But luckily this is not a holiday or whatever, so me and my buddy Rich, we get to go there, and hopefully there won't be that many people. I don't know, we'll wait and see. But yeah, so I get to go do gay camping, and it'll be fun. It's only for a day though, so we're gonna get like fish, and we're gonna try to do some fishing, and I've got, I don't know, we're gonna go to like the grocery store and get some meat and barbecue it. It's gonna be fucking badass. Badass. And the cool thing is like, he's got all this stuff, so I don't really need to worry about doing anything. I can just go and, you know, like anything that we buy, he can pretty much just take it back to his house and then keep it for the next time we go camping. So, pretty fucking cool. But anyway, like always, I'm not really going to edit this, so, but I will say, well, usually with these rants, I always say, you know, if I'm on the bike, I tell you guys where we're going and question of the day and sponsor. Well, today's sponsor of all these videos, all the rant videos, is Nakano Shimbashi Guest House. It's the place where I'm staying. The links are down below in the description. And I know that because of Corona, you guys can't stay here. I don't understand. I shout out this place literally on my most popular series, the Tkyorants, the motorcycle videos. And I still get fucking idiots like messaging me on social media being like, so what's the name of that guest house? Where is it? And I'm like, I've never mentioned it on this platform. How, if you knew about, I don't know. I don't like helping stupid people. So, if you're not stupid and you want to stay here after the Corona shit dies down and they let tourists back into the country, just tell them that Papa Tikyo sent you. This place is like $300 or $400 a month, depending on what bed you want, and I don't know, it's pretty good. Yeah, and question of the day, I guess, is how was your guys' September? Tell me something good that happened, tell me something bad that happened, and what is something that you're planning on doing next month. And I don't know, I love seeing all these familiar screen names and stuff in my comment section. I always like having a dialogue with you dudes. So, mucho aficionado, por favor, hot sex. What else? So, yeah, and don't worry about the spaghetti video. Some of you guys that are probably new, you're like, what the fuck? This is Tuesday. You upload on Tuesday? Yes, I started uploading on Tuesday recently, and yeah, I'm going to upload basically every Tuesday from now on, or at least for this month on. I'm doing a test, and that's going to be every other week for Tuesday is going to be a podcast or a rant, because those seem to be the most popular videos that I pump out. So a rant or a podcast. And so this week is going to be a rant, and then next week is going to be a podcast, rant. So it's going to be good. Next week I'm going to be putting out the podcast for Aomori Prefecture. In case you guys don't know, I have a podcast that's on Spotify and iTunes called Where Come Japan, where basically I interview one foreigner living in a different prefecture in Japan every episode. And we've already done 10, and the last episode was with super famous Japan, he's got a lot of haters, Ardo DeBito, and that was like a 2-hour talk, so I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun making it. Yeah, words of the wise, guys. If you're going to edit a podcast, dynamic compression. I learned that this week. It's very helpful. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, with that being said, why don't we just jump right into it? I got all the fucking notes here. So, yeah, also, I forgot to give out the other sponsors. I have 3 other sponsors here besides the guest house, okay? I've got Epidemic Sound. If you guys ever wonder what music I usually use in the background that you've never heard, it's probably from that website, Epidemic Sound. It's like $15 a month, and you can get unlicensed music there, or licensed music that you can rent there, and you can put them in your video, and you can still monetize your video, and they won't take your money. And they've got really good, high-quality music there. So, and they have a lot of 80s stuff, too. Well, not a lot, but enough, you know? I wish they would have more 80s stuff, but it's fine. They've got sexy saxophone, piano stuff, all this shit. Also, Anime Dake Makura pillow. They're the ones that sent me the sexy Goku pillow. At first I thought this was a little bit expensive, but if you're going to invest in a pillow and it's going to be like something that you're going to like hold on to for a long time, or at least for like a couple of years, these pillows are a little bit expensive. They're anywhere from like 60 to 100, like $50, but I mean, they're really good quality pillows. Fuck, I thought they were just going to be some Chinese shit pillows, but they're pretty good. So, definitely think about giving them a shot. Yeah. Still in focus? I think so. Still in focus. I can't ever tell if I'm in focus or not here. There we go. Manual focus. Stupid manual focus. Yeah, and then Wi-Fi Buddy. When you guys decide to come to Japan and you want to rent a pocket Wi-Fi, if you don't want to do the whole SIM card thing, consider checking out Wi-Fi Buddy. I'll admit they're not super cheap, but for the customer service, they are fucking A++. Those people, they get back to you ASAP. There's another guy called Sushi Wi-Fi that's the cheapest in Tokyo, but they're assholes. They never respond to emails quickly, and they fucking suck. You know, I've reached out for them to be sponsored multiple times, and they don't even fucking reply when when I'm just looking to be a customer. So fuck those biased pieces of shit. Wi-Fi Buddy for the win, dude. Yeah. And, I guess another question is also, are you guys happy that the year is almost over? And are you happy that it's getting colder? I'm wearing a muscle shirt right now. It's like about 23 degrees outside right now. It's so nice. Oh, I can't wait. Like, Japan doesn't, or at least Tokyo doesn't get really cold till like December, end of December, like January-ish. So, you know, I'm not too worried about it. But like this table last year, what happened during winter is like I put this, I put this kakebuton. What do you call that? Comforter. I put a comforter over this table, and I just had my heavy stuff on the comforter, and it was so nice. And then I had a little blanket underneath the comforter, so I was very warm when I was in this room. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to like it being cold again, just because I have a little space heater that will make me very warm while I'm here. You know, when I was during the summer, it's shitty because the owner didn't turn on the air conditioner at all, except for like 2 weeks out of the fucking. It was really, you know, he hasn't had a lot of customers because of Corona, so I understand. But at the same time, it was not comfortable. So at least I have a small little space heater I bought for $20. I just put it right here, and you turn on high, and it just, you guys don't understand how important a space heater is until you have to use one. Oh, I mean, they don't heat up the whole room, but they heat up your whole body, and it's just so nice. Yeah, but anyway, as for Corona updates with Japan, I feel like it's going down. Like, I feel like it's going down, and that people are being, people are still going out. They're still going out and drinking and going to restaurants without masks on. They're stupid, but, I have a feeling that it's getting a lot better. Of course, I don't look at the numbers. This is what I get from, I go outside and literally everybody's wearing a mask. I wear a mask too, but to be honest, aside from washing my hands all the time, it's just like I wear a mask when it's convenient, and if I have one, and if I don't have one, unless I'm going somewhere, like I uploaded a video of me moving my stuff from my storage unit to out of my storage unit, and people were like in the comment section like, wear a mask, asshole, and like that video was made like months ago, but even though today, like, as long as I'm not around a lot of people, I don't really wear a mask that much. But I don't think it's like, oh, Sam's being stupid. Most of the time I wear a mask, but most of the time I'm surrounded by a lot of people, so I wear the mask. But just something to keep in mind. As for the guest house, well, if in case you guys remember the fucking update I had last month, with this guy from Argentina who is still here. This is his stuff, by the way, on this table. Things have gotten better. Basically, long story short, this one guy was here, and he wasn't following the rules, and he was pissing off a lot of people, but he kind of got his shit together, and he's being a lot better recently. And, basically I came to the conclusion that, because, like, I never had any real beef with him. I had beef with everybody else having beef with him, and everyone being too passive-aggressive about it. And so, when I was like, hey, like, if he really did something that offended you should talk to the managers or something. And they're like, yeah, but I don't want to be the reason that he got kicked out. And I don't know. Long story short, everyone's a pussy, and they don't want to deal with, if they're angry, they're not going to say anything. And if they're not going to say anything, then I'm not going to say anything, because I don't care. But word to the wise, guys, if you want a visa to Japan, just come over during Corona. They've renewed this guy's tourist visa like 2 or 3 times just because he goes in there and he's like, sorry, I don't have any money. And they're just waiting for him to get a job. And then the job will sponsor his visa, and then he'll be here for a lot longer. But you know what? I don't care. If no one else cares, I don't care. At least he started to clean up more. Right, Andy?
I guess so. I wonder how long they'll keep renewing his visa, though. It can't go on forever.
No, they're just going to keep doing it. It's Corona.
Are you sure?
I bet, I don't know. Like, I was so happy when I heard that they were going to, like, when he's like, oh, my extension is running up. And I was like, dude, like, yes. And then it's like, oh, no. And then they gave him another extension. So
I was half expecting him to not come back.
Yeah, only half?
You too, yeah.
Well, I mean, I was expecting... Well, yeah. Like, I thought... Basically, like, what happened, guys, was... He's from Argentina. He came here on a working holiday visa, and he finished that, and then he was supposed to go home, and he, like, on purpose, like, missed his flight so he could stay here longer so he could possibly get a job to sponsor his visa. But, yeah, basically, they said you have a month to go and get a plane ticket or else you're out of here. But he didn't have any money, so he went to immigration. And Andy and I thought, well, they're just going to keep him at immigration. They're going to put him in the detention center and eventually deport him. But he came back literally later that night. So, yeah. And they gave him an extension. So he has until like mid-October, and they're probably going to... I think they're going to give him another extension. Because, I mean, look, if they put him in the detention center... He's just going to have to... It's just going to waste money, right. Taxpayer money. And he has a place he has a stable residence that's cheap. And he's obviously making money under the table. And as long as they don't see it, they don't care. So, yeah, I think they're probably going to renew his visa until he gets a job. I think they'll renew it. I think they'll renew it until he gets, until he finds a place that'll sponsor his visa. And I mean, I think they're going to renew it probably 5-7 more times. I hope I'm wrong.
On the people that he's going to see.
You think so?
If he runs into a grumpy person, that doesn't like him,
Yeah.
he might not get an extension, and who knows what will happen then.
Yeah, well then...
Like, technically, he shouldn't get an extension, probably, yeah.
Well, he
It's just
shouldn't, but it's Corona.
circumstances. Yeah.
It's Corona. They're like, oh no, too bad, Corona.
And it's like, they probably don't have a lot of foreigners in Japan right now anyways, right? So they're
Yeah.
not really freaking out about there being too many foreigners.
Well, I mean, also, like, we're, like, every place is, like, short-handed, right? They need staff right
That's
now.
true.
So,
Yeah.
but, I don't know. It's just, yeah. I don't know if he's... he finally started at least cleaning up this area. I mean, there's still trash on the floor, which I hate, but he at least stuck to one table. Before, he was taking up all the tables here. I don't know why, but he did. But now it's not there, so it's better. Yep. But anyway, guys, yeah, that's what's happening with that. Yeah, I don't know if Leo will be able to renew his visa or not, but I don't care. You know, whatever happens, happens. As for other stuff, there's actually been a lot of new, like, Chinese, or not Chinese, I don't know, they're obviously, I think, Chinese. There's some new people, new Japanese people that move into the guest house, but again, they're one of those kind of people that just, they don't go and say a hi to people on the 4th floor. They just stay in their box, go to work, and then stay in their box. So, our buddy Nicholas Watson, our ex guest house guy, he moved out, and he finally had a couple fights with his girlfriend, where he's like, fuck this, I'm going to go move out and move to the guest house. And yeah, I knew it. I knew he wasn't going to do it. Nick's one of my subscribers who stayed here, who's American, and he met a girl like a month or two into being here on his last tourist visa, and then they dated long distance, and then he came back, and they lived together for like a month, and he's like, please marry me, and then he got a visa through his job, and they've been living together for like 6 months now, and I only bring this up because if you guys watch my live streams, by the way, please watch my live streams. If you guys don't know, I am live streaming on Twitch, and if you guys want to see my backup live streams, or if my uncensored live streams, go to Trovo or D Live. The links are down below. They'll be on the first comment of this video. But anyway, if you watch my live streams, you know that we've talked about Nick. But anyway, yeah, Nick left. You know, too bad for him. But anyway, yeah, like he basically, long story short, he didn't leave his girlfriend, and he's gonna be with her forever, and that's good. That's good for them. He doesn't have many friends in Japan, and yeah, he kept reaching out to me whenever he had problems, and I realized, yeah, I shouldn't be really enabling him to bitch. So I was just like, fuck it, no, go over there. You know, just deal with your own shit. Jasmine's doing fine, by the way. Jasmine and I had a really good heart-to-heart talky-talk the other day, and that was nice. The owner and the managers are doing good. Actually, one of the managers, Daisuke, the guy who I always nicknamed To-chan, my hot Japanese dad, he left with his Taiwanese wife. They moved to Yamaguchi Prefecture. I'm really sad about that because I always used to go and hug him and scream To-chan in his ear. And now he's gone, so that's unfortunate. I had a lot of issues with him, specifically him telling the Turkish guys that they told me that they sell drugs when they were at the guest house. But you know what? Water under the bridge. I still really miss that guy. He was a good sport. We have a new manager now named Yasu. I don't know him that well, but he's also from the same prefecture that Daisuke was from, so he's a little bit more on the quiet side, but anyway, not a bad dude. As for anything else, Hugo, our favorite gay French guy, he's leaving. And he finally got a new apartment because his boss said, we don't want you living with a bunch of foreigners while Corona's happening. And luckily, he found a really cheap place. It's only like $50 more a month. That's an actual room in Kawasaki. I'm going to miss him, though. But I'm happy that he's moving on to a better place. I did interviews. I'm going to start doing interviews too. And I did an interview yesterday, or released it yesterday, Sunday, about my hot gay Japanese son, Masato. He's one of the students here that lives in this guest house. He speaks pretty good English, and so I interviewed him because I didn't have a vlog prepared. It was just last minute fluff uploaded. I interviewed him. I interviewed a couple other foreigners here, and I'm gonna start. One thing I always hate about YouTube or foreigners who are on YouTube in Japan is that a lot of them never have Japanese people in their videos and they never speak Japanese. That's fucking bullshit. I fucking hate them. They're fucking fake poser ass motherfuckers. So, now up until now, I've been against putting up Japanese material on here, not because I don't care. I'm worried about being judged about my level. I just don't want to subtitle. If I could find people that would help me subtitle stuff, I'm all for it, you know? And anyway, there's a guy, Polyscone. He's one of my long-term viewers. He's one of the mods on my Twitch and Discord. But anyway, his Japanese is pretty decent, and he's living in Japan. And he told me he's already subtitled one of my videos before. I think it was the first Japanese motorcycle rant I ever filmed. Anyway, he subtitled that for me, and that was like a 20-minute video. So, yeah, I think he was like, dude, you need to make more videos, and I'm like, will you subtitle them? And he's like, yeah, sure. So, actions speak louder than words, but yeah, so if he's gonna legit help me, then I'm gonna do some more interviews, but in Japanese with the Japanese people here. I think that would be fun. It shows you guys my Japanese fluency, but also it shows you some people here that you wouldn't be able to talk to if you didn't know Japanese. So that's gonna be fun. And yeah, I got to make more of those. There's so many different people here. There's like dudes with tattoos. There's dudes that have been to jail. There's dudes that have like done drugs and shit. They're pretty cool. So I can't wait to interview them and show you guys them on the video. As for friends of mine, Mark is doing good. It's so funny. Mark has always had it easy throughout his whole life. That's why I always gave him shit after he got out of jail. I'm like, you went to jail, but you've had no hardships in your whole life. So, or at least for the most part. And Mark just told me, for all you guys who don't know, Mark's like my best friend here. I've known him like the whole time I've been in Japan. And he's my friend who lives in Asakusa. And anyway, he's a manager at an English school right now. And his school just got back to him, and they're like, sorry, Mark, we have some bad news. And they're like, well, a lot of the students are a little, their parents are really worried about Corona. And Mark's like, yeah, okay. So his boss is like, well, so Mark, we're gonna have to shut down the school. And Mark's like, oh, am I getting fired? And they're like, oh no, actually, we're gonna do all of our classes from Zoom now, so you don't even need to come into the office. And Mark's not a teacher; he's just the manager. So he just needs to check to see that the teachers are doing their lessons online, and then send the reports at the end of the day. So Mark's work went from like 4 hours a day to like 2 hours a day, and then on top of that, they're like, well, since we had some layoffs, you're actually getting a raise. So Mark gets to work less, and he gets a raise now. And Mark's been hitting a little hot, sexy thing on the side that this is the thing. Mark didn't used to take pictures of these girls, and I told him, I was like, Mark, for all of you guys who don't know, my buddy Mark, he's kind of a chud. He's a balding. He's actually in really good shape, but he's got this weird double like turkey chin going on, and I don't know why. I think like if he got some cosmetic surgery, he would get done, but he's got a really fit body, but he's got this weird double chin that just no matter how much weight he loses, it's always there. But anyway, my buddy Mark, he's this weird fucking otaku guy, but he always sleeps with these very attractive women. And the thing is, he sucks. He has no good game at all. But, don't worry. He doesn't get to date them. They just fuck him and they're crazy, And anyway, Mark started taking pictures of him with these girls when they're on dates. And anyway, he showed me the new girl that he's been tapping on the side recently. And, man, she is fucking gorgeous. Good for you, Mark. Mark, goddamn, again, how does he meet these women? Because I've been out with him when he's talking to these women, and he's all blackout drunk, and just, but some women, I guess, like that, Like, good for him, dude. Good for fucking Mark. Ugh. I'm not jealous, because these women are crazy. I'd rather have an ugly, non-crazy chick than a beautiful, crazy chick. But good for Mark, dude. Mark's a fucking... He gets the trophy, As for my other YouTuber friends, or wait, non-YouTuber friends, My buddy Tetsu, I've been wanting to hang out with him, but I don't know. It's just he always wants to go out for a drink. He just wants to go out for a drink and talk, and I'm like, I don't really drink alcohol that much, and I don't want to go. I don't know. I feel like if we're gonna do something, let's go like either hang out in my place or let's work on a project. And usually when I want to, I don't know, like the communication kind of sucks. Tetsu's all, he's with his woman all the time and stuff, and I like his girlfriend. I just wish that Tetsu would be more out and not so not like they're so codependent. But I still love them. But yeah, I haven't hung out with Tetsu in a while. As for YouTuber friends, I ran into Ramen Adventures Brian recently. I ran into him while I was on my motorcycle going to another job. He's doing cool. God, he's such an awesome dude. And I got him. He told me that he got a GoPro and he got one of those mics recently. So I'm thinking about doing some ADV style China videos with him. Hopefully soon. He's always been really busy, but because of Corona, his schedule has slowed down a bit. So I really want to go and he does camping and stuff all the time. So like, I've been really into trying to get into camping recently, just because it's free. It's free. It's free to stay. You just put down a mat and you just fall asleep. It's awesome. So. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to start learning more about DIY stuff and getting out there. And so he's a friend that I'm planning on learning some stuff from. There's also and then my buddy Rich. He's not a YouTuber, but I'm gonna go camping with him tomorrow, like I just said earlier, and that's gonna be fun because he's super into DIY stuff and camping and. I don't know. I've got this big kick, and I'll talk about it later. But there's this YouTube channel I found about this guy who made his own log cabin, and just his videos are just so nice. And I don't know. I like the idea of just having a dog, going hunting, and like building stuff by my own hand. Like that's stuff that you could literally say like I built this shit. But anyway, that's a thing. And yeah, of course, the Rocka Boys back home in Australia, they're doing good. My hot gay son, Danny, he just did. He finally, I guess, his movie is starting to be processed or whatever. They're starting to actually move the wheels on getting his movie made, so that's cool. I guess Mikey's doing fine. I haven't talked to Mike in a while, but I think he's doing okay. All my other YouTube buddies, they seem to be doing pretty good. My friend Albo, Drift Hunter Albo, I guess he changed his name recently. I didn't know that there was some controversy or something where he like accidentally doxed a bunch of drifting teams or something. I don't know what the story is behind that, but he all I just know is that he's been camping a lot, but he camps on the roof of his car, and he was going bald, so he started shaving his head. And it looks awkward. But he's still a good guy. I still like him. Yeah, but I mean, like, as for, like, people I've been hanging out with recently, I haven't been hanging out with much. I've been literally just stuck in my fucking box in just this guest house for the last, like, 5-6 months, Like, half a year. Ever since March hit, I've just been, I only go out for jobs or I go out for errands, and that's it. And recently some stuff changed. It was nice. Like, I went out with... one of my super, like, my ex-girlfriend that I was with for the longest time here in Japan. I nicknamed her Haruka number 5 because there's so many Harukas out there. And anyway, I went out with her, and I've known this woman for like 9 years now, I realized. And she looks still just as beautiful as the day I met her. And I don't know, it's just like one of those things where, like, when we broke up, it was really bad. It was really harsh. Like, I felt really horrible, and it took me a while to get over that. But it's like people say, time heals all wounds. So, it was it's a growing process. It's unfortunately like one of those things that we have to go through to become a bigger, better person. Is that we have to go through heartbreak. We have to give our heart to somebody else, and they have to crush it. And just the experience of being young and stupid and feeling the weight of the world smush you against the floor, and either you're going to collapse and spray into a bunch of guts, or you're going to stay strong and push back. And I'm happy I pushed back. But I met up with her, and the last time I saw her was a year ago, And all my other exes I don't really keep in touch with. She's the only one I keep in touch with, Haruka number 5. And it was interesting, you know, like I got really angry one night, and I was just like, I hate this corona, I hate being afraid of dying, and like, I still think that corona is serious, I still think that you should wear a mask, and you should wash your hands a lot, but I don't know, something changed. Like, my motorcycle, Spaghetti, the battery died on him, because I left the keys in the bike, and so, well, the keys in the ignition, so I had to take the train for the first time in months, and I'd been avoiding the train because people are on the train, and they got the corona, and Tochan, Yamate, KUDPLZ. It was all kinds of bad, but I finally got on the train, and then I had to get off at Shinjuku, where my other job was, and, you know, in order to go through Shinjuku, I had to go through Ikebukuro, and I'm just going through these train stations where there's tons of people, and Japan's got, like, everything. They got, like, the fucking alcohol, the rubbing alcohol. They got the thermometer, like, the big thermometer fucking machines. And everybody's got, like, a glass wall, and they got, like, gloves on and masks on. And, like, wow, despite Corona, society is moving forward. It's still going. And, I don't know, something clicked to me, and I was just like, wow, like, fuck this. Like, I'm tired of being stuck in the home and being afraid. So, I don't know, I just messaged her out of the blue, and I was like, look, I always send you, like, stupid, fluffy emails, like, but the truth is like, I miss you, and I don't want, and this isn't about getting back together, I miss you as a person, like, I miss our talks, you know, I miss just hanging out with you, and I'm tired of acting like I don't, so, like, let's just get some coffee, like, I don't care if it's for an hour, and you tell me to fuck off afterwards, like, let's just meet up and have some fun, and, I mean, guys, just for, you know, fucking, I won't say her name, but one of the girls on YouTube, you'll see me in a video with her in the future, but one of the girls on YouTube, she fucking messaged me on Instagram, and she was like, hey, I want to meet with you before we do a video, like, let's meet up and hang out before we do, like, before we actually meet up again and do a video, and I was like, I don't really want to go out that much, like, let's just pump out the video and do that. And she's like, come on. I thought you were a ladies' man. You know, woo me a little. And it's like, just because I make a couple of videos about how to get laid as a fat guy, like, some people have this idea that I'm a ladies' man. I think of a ladies' man, I think of, like, a guy who's really good at manipulating women. And, like, he's like a Don Juan. And he's like a emotional ninja, you know. He can just go through and push all the buttons correctly. He's like Ninja Brian, but with sex and women and manipulation. But me, I don't know, I'm just a frank talker, and women know where they stand with me when they first meet me, and some people like that, some people don't, but, yeah, anyway, I don't know, I was just like, hey, like, I don't know, again, I just don't like beating around the bush, so it's just like, hey, if you don't want to film, that's fine, and if you don't want to be in my film, or my camera, that day, that's fine. But every time I go out, I film. So if you don't want to be part of that, that's fine. But I'm bringing a camera along, whatever. She's like, okay, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, the whole point is I went out and, yeah, my ex, you know, Haruka number 5, she was in a really good place. She was working at this, the last time I met her, it was at Mark's house like a year ago. And she had gained weight. She wasn't fat, but she had gotten chubbier. And this is a girl that used to be like 45 kilos just now. She was fucking thin, probably 43 kilos. And she had gained up to maybe like 50 or 53 kilos. She had put on like 20 pounds or so. But, and she didn't seem too happy last time I met her. She was working at like a shitty company. She's an accountant, you know. She does accounting stuff. But, she's working for a new like Spanish company, I think, like in a really fancy area of like Shibuya or something. And, she's working for a small company, and they're very chill. And there's not that many people, and she gets to work with foreigners, and I was like her first break into foreigners, and she likes foreigners, and, you know, she's told me she hasn't dated any foreigners or fucked any foreigners since me. I don't know if that's a lie. I don't really care, but it's just funny, because, like, before she met me, she didn't care about having a passport, she didn't care about having, you know, speaking another language, but, you know, since she met me, she's like, oh, fuck, like, red pill, oh, man, there's more to Japan, more to the world than just Japan. She wants to get out. So, that was a good date. I only expected to hang out with her for an hour, and then I was gonna like. That's the thing, guys. So many people get pissed off when girls flake on them for dates. It's simple. If you want to have a good date, don't give a fuck about her showing up or leaving. That's the best way to do it. You want to invest in something, have no emotional investment in it. This is how people do stocks. This is how they do business. This is how they do everything. So, if she didn't show up, I was gonna film some stuff, which I already had planned. And if she did show up, cool. I get to hang out and talk to her and just, be very frank about a lot of things that I didn't get to say before. And that was really cool. I got to tell her that, and it was nice. We hung out. We went to a cafe. I took her to this nice foot massage cafe where you just put your feet in this hot, foot bath for an hour, and then you drink shitty fucking tea. The tea there is horrible. But if you guys want to know where that place is, if you're going on a date, join my Patreon and I'll tell you. That shit ain't for free, yo. But anyway, I took her there and then we went shopping. Yeah, for all of you guys that are like, what should I do on a date? Look, the way I see it is that if you go on a date with a girl, you can either make it very special and go to someplace romantic and super, I don't know, like Disneyland or some shit. But for most dates, it's just about hanging out with this person and getting to know them better. And the way you get to know them is when they're doing normal shit. So, I just took her around with me while I did errands. I had to buy some, some stuff from the import shop. I had to buy some stuff at the 100 yen shop. I went and bought some books, There was all this different shit. Fuck off, Frenchie. Fuck off. I'm filming. Fuck off.
Is it a caramel?
Fuck off. Fuck off.
I like it.
Le merde. Les enfants
La
terribles.
merde.
I'm not live streaming. This is filming right now. Guys, say goodbye to Hugo, by the way. Hugo's leaving in 3 days because he's French and gay.
Bye-bye.
Mm.
I'm leaving because I'm a traitor.
Yep. As all the French are. So anyway, guys, what happened was, I don't know. And this is good advice for you too, asshole, because you're always like, what should I do on dates? It's simple. When you go on a date, just take her shopping with you. Take her shopping for stuff that you want to buy.
I'm not dating rich girls.
No. She's not buying you shit. You
Actually, I'm dating a rich girl now.
Well, get her to buy you shit then. I don't know. The whole point is I took her out on this thing that was just supposed to be a cafe hangout, and then I was like, hey, do you have to go or do you want to hang out? And she's like, yeah, let's hang out. And so I took her shopping with me, and and the great thing is, again, don't ever let a woman try to be give you shit oh, that's not cool. It's yeah, fuck you. Now if you don't like it, I'm gonna do it double now just to fuck with you. It's so funny because this woman, that I'm on this meetup date again with, when we broke up, she hated me wearing bandanas. She was like, those suck. God, such an idiot for wearing those.
Her.
And now I'm wearing it all the time, and she doesn't even say anything.
Just do what you want.
Exactly. I'm gonna suck that dick.
No.
No, I mean, not yours. Just life. I'm gonna suck life's dick. The whole the jinsei no dick, jinsei no chinko. Namitai toche, yamate. But anyway, I'm just saying it was fun, and we got to drink with Mark. And I realized Mark's Japanese is really horrible. I mean, it's been a year or two since I heard Mark speak Japanese, but Mark's Japanese has gone down so bad. Maybe writing and reading is still okay and understanding, but Mark's spoken Japanese is so bad. I had no idea. Mark stutters and stuff in English, but in Japanese, I don't understand how anyone could hear him. He's not, his vocab sucks and his grammar's horrible. But anyway, yeah, he fucks. It's cool. So anyway, I went on that long time. It wasn't supposed to be a date. It was supposed to be a meetup, but, things are going good in my life right now. Things are going good with her life, and I don't know, it's just fun to talk about what happened, what went wrong, and if we got back together, what would we do different? And it was so weird. I was on the train going back home, and I'm just like, man, she's so stupid. I was telling her about Leo, and she's like, what part of California is Argentina in? I'm like, ugh, so stupid woman. But, and I was like, man, she's older than me, and there's so many hot younger women, out there. I mean, she's not attractive. Like if you guys ever went on Twitch, you know what you know what she looks like. She's in my profile picture because she's hot, and she's got the tattoos. But I don't know. I've wanted to. There's something about her. Like it's just my connection with her. It's like when you know somebody for a really long time, and it's just. I don't know, something, I don't know. Something about you, though, I don't know, just feels comfortable. You know, it didn't make you from those hairs to grow out on the bottom of my feet. But, I don't know. It's just, I was thinking, it's like, if I had kids, I don't know if I want her to be the mother of my children, just because of the way she is. And I know that she's the kind of woman that she'll stick around if you're fun. And if you're a strong guy with your shit together, but the moment you show weakness, she's out. Boom. She gets out. She just fucking leaves, you know? So, but, I don't know. It would be fun to date again while I date other people. If we could have a thing where we're dating and I date other people, that would be cool. I wouldn't mind doing that again. Which I probably would because I'm an asshole and that's how I date people. But, But anyway, that was fun. I've already talked way too long about that. On other things, I love this cold weather. Again, I gotta emphasize how much I'm loving this cooler weather right now. My body is made for it. It's great. Spaghetti is the battery died, but I charged it and it was good. And now he works. I have a whole story behind that, but I won't bother you guys with that. But yeah, I had to charge his battery. I had to take it out, charge it, put it back in, and he's doing great. Yeah, I think Spaghetti has a lot of stuff that I need to do for him, though. I need to... both of his lights are kind of broken right now, and I'm going to try to move the lights to the very back of Spaghetti because it's just... his lights right now, they're in the way of the saddlebags, and I want to put saddlebags on Spaghetti so I can have, like, camping gear and stuff ready. So, like, ultimately what I'd love to do is get a big bike and then just load it with camping gear and go for a camping trip. But, you know, when the YouTube money starts coming in, then we'll start doing that. But yeah, once I do that, like, scheduled maintenance, like, I gotta change his oil. I haven't done that in so long. I've been a bad motorcycle parent. I completely forgot about changing the oil. So I gotta do that. I gotta change those lights. I gotta clean the carburetor. The spark plug's fine, but I gotta clean the carburetor, I think. And, yeah, I want to go on more trips with Spaghetti. Like, it won't get super cold until December. And I felt really guilty today. Today's Monday. And I spent it streaming Shenmue 3, which, by the way, is a piece of shit game. I mean, I heard about it being a piece of shit, but it's so much worse. So much worse. But anyway, I spent today live streaming when I should have been outside. It was a beautiful day. And, recently, it's just been muggy, and then shitty, and then rainy, and then like one nice half day, and then rainy, shitty, whatever. So, I'm really gonna take advantage, I think, of these nice sunny days. If I have a weather report right in front of me, and it says, hey, on your streaming day, there's good weather, I'm just gonna go out and film. Now, people could say, why don't you just IRL stream? Maybe. We did do a little donation fundraiser this month, and we were able to get funds for a camera and an extra battery and stuff, so that is on the table. But I would like to go, I don't know, I want to ease into that. I don't want to do IRL streaming too hardcore. Not yet, anyway. Just because that you need to be physically fit for that, and I am not physically fit at all. I think I'll be doing it like for an hour or two at a time, but it'll be fine. By the way, this is just, yeah, I had McDonald's today. This is just leftover Coke. Yeah, yeah, that brings me to what I'm talking about. Oh, I already covered most of this. Overall, September was a good month. It was pretty good. Yeah, so I got really into thinking about the DIY stuff and doing more outdoor shit, which of course I will vlog. And my buddy Rich has a drone, so I'll get some drone footage of that. There's going to be more... I'm going to, again, pump out more rants every month. That's going to be great. I bought a bunch of new GoPro batteries, so now I have, 9 GoPro batteries. So there's no excuse to not make some content. That's good. yeah, meeting the ex, and going out and getting back in. Overall, it's just I want to go out and get back out there, get back into society. As for health, my sleeping schedule was fucked up for a while this month. It was really bad, and I had a cough. I've had a cough this whole month, and I'm pretty sure that's just asthma or allergies. Allergies this week, especially this week and like this last week and a half, have been horrible. I just keep sneezing and sneezing, and I don't feel. I'm feeling very verklempt here, lady. It's not bueno. It's not bueno at all. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, allergies in Japan. They have a saying that if you're a gaijin, you don't get to experience allergies in Japan until you've been here for a couple of years. And then all of a sudden they kick in. And yeah, this week's just been horrible. I'm just sneezing like crazy. I trimmed my nose hairs. I don't know if that helps or not with allergies, but yeah, just been fucking drowning. I mean, it's not as bad though. Like, my buddy Mark, he's got it way worse. He's got... Like, allergies affect his skin and shit, and, he actually has to take medicine for his allergies. I don't have to do that, so that's nice. Anyway, overall, feeling better. I tried keto at the beginning of this month, and it was giving me, like, I was having really bad heart palpitations by the end of it. Like, I felt like very hard lumps in my chest, like right here on my left tit. And it was not fun. It was not like I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And it was like hard. It's like a hard piece of just gunk or something in there. And it got me worried. I'm like, oh fuck, like I do have titties. Does that mean that I could get breast cancer? Whatever. But anyway, I think it was a combination of I was trying to eat keto, and so I was doing pretty good. I would do fasting days, and I would drink coffee instead of Coke, and I was getting a lot of water and everything, but I was eating a lot of dairy too, and I wasn't eating a lot of vegetables. And I think that's what kind of fucked me, is that I was doing all that as well. And, but, yeah, and I was also taking my ADHD pills, and I think the ADHD pills already make me awake, and drinking all that coffee, the caffeine, because, like, when I got off the junk food getting off of junk food and Coca-Cola, that wasn't as hard as I thought. Because keto is actually really tasty. Like, you can just dab things with cheese and it's fucking amazing. And you can still drink Coke Zero. So, but, yeah, I think the ADHD pills plus all that extra dairy plus whatever. I don't know. I didn't feel like it was really good. I didn't, and by the end of it, like, getting all these heart palpitations, it really fucking hurt. Like, I was afraid, and I couldn't sleep. Like I was only sleeping for a couple hours each time, and it's just, your body takes a lot of time to adjust and change, and yeah, I just didn't want to deal with that shit, so I kind of went back to eating bad, and yeah, well, that's where we are now. I'm still willing to jump back into it, but again, like last month when I was talking about doing this, people got to still remember that I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing it for you. So if you feel disappointed that I quit or that I stopped, and you don't believe me when I say I'm going to do this again, that's fine, Don't believe me. But remember, at the end of the day, this is for me. It's not for you. So if you're offended by that, or if you're angry that I didn't fulfill some sexual need, some sexual desire of yours by not going through with my shit, well, I apologize. But at the same time, judge me by my actions, not by my words. This is a long journey. This isn't something that I'm going to get done in a month, It's something that's going to take a year or years to get done. So, I have this great quote. I put all these extra new philosophy quotes around my, Asian philosophy quotes around the study room, the room that I like to stay in the most. And I have 3 quotes in particular right in front of me. And, 5 actually. And I could read all of them to you, but the one that I want to read is basically, this is the one by Confucius, and it says, "It does not matter how slow you go, as long as you don't stop." So I'm not stopping keto. This is just a slowed down break, and I'm going to get back into it. I promise. Pinky promises. Definitely one of the things I'm going to do is, I don't know, because keto's all about being in ketosis, right? But I think one way for me to find a balance is I'm going to try to lower the meat and not up the fruits, but the apples are great for fiber and they help you shit like crazy. So I think one of the things I want to do, which I've been doing for lunch, is just have a giant big salad, you know? And it's just like lettuce, cabbage, get some avocado in there, get some croutons, Parmesan cheese, Caesar salad sauce, and you eat that, like eat an apple before you eat that, and it just clears out your system. Like you feel like your body just literally shit out anything that was stuck there. So it's pretty good. I suggest doing that, guys. Big salad. It's the big salad, Elaine. Big salad. Yeah, so that's that. Speaking of the keto stuff, I know he's watching, so he wants to feel special, so I'm going to put this in the video. But I started keto because one of my viewers, who I won't say his name because I won't give him that much credit, but you guys know who I'm talking about. One of my viewers for a while on Twitch, I had a falling out with because this guy, he kept... The whole thing is like, I love you guys. I love you with tongue and everything. But the thing is like, I don't really know any of you guys, and I don't know you that well. And so it's... You got to remember that I don't... You guys might know me a lot from my videos and my live streams, but I don't know you that well. And there's this guy who's been watching my streams forever, and I've met up with him for my meetups like once or twice, and I've talked to him on occasion, or whatever, but like, you know, online. But I didn't really like the guy from the beginning, and I should have told him this. But basically, there's this dude who's a viewer of mine, and he watches a lot of people. He watches a lot of J-vloggers. He watches a lot of streamers. And the thing is that this guy always has kind of a chip on his shoulder. And it's not like a modest chip. It's a big fucking chunk chip on his shoulder. And it's basically this guy who's like a viewer, and he always acts like he's better than everybody. And the thing is that, like, you can do that. But the thing is, like, I put out most of my stuff on the internet. So you guys know who I am for the most part. I mean, of course, I don't tell you about my dick size or, you know, like, what I like during sex or whatever. But for the most part, you guys have kind of a feeling of who I am just in my videos being filtered in on Raw like this. This guy I didn't know shit about, you know? I just knew what he told me, which was he was divorced. He married a Japanese woman when he was in college. He moved over to Japan. They dated for a while. And they divorced, and he's been like Milhouse's dad pretty much since then. And he talks a big game about how he has a lot of money and how he fucks all these hot chicks all the time. But I've never confirmed that he had money. And whenever I met him, he didn't seem to be a ladies' man at all. So this guy, but I mean, like, it was fun. Like, he participated in a lot of my live streams, and he didn't seem like a bad dude. But he seemed overly invested in being my friend, and specifically being Mark's friend. And I felt really bad when he asked me for my line originally, because I don't give my line to anybody, like, not even, like, my friends usually. You know, well, I mean my friends somewhat, but, you know, if it's a viewer, especially if it's a viewer who I've only met once in real life, no matter how many times they've interacted in the comments, I just don't do that anymore. And it's not because line is special. It's just because, like, you know, there's a thing about this, you know, like, there's a process, I guess. And, like, the thing is like, I have no problem friending people that if I meet any of you guys more than a couple times in person, I have no problem adding you to my personal Facebook, because that way I get to see maybe your real name, but also I get to see your parents, your family. I get to see what kind of guy you are. And you know, and if you were cool in real life, I don't care if you don't really have that much information on your Facebook. But if you're just some dude who's just like, hey, you know, like, I've been your viewer for a while, man. Come on, I bought you a beer. Let me get a copy of your line, dude. Come on, man. It's all good. Then nah, I don't really want to. I don't know. I don't want to deal with that. So if you're in here, you mind closing the door, or if you're just dipping out for a second. Thanks, dude. But anyway, this guy, he, like, really wanted my line, and then he would message me randomly about shit, and, like, you know, it's like, oh, I'm out on a date with a hot chick. I'm like, what about the pic? Where's the pic of you and her? And he's like, oh, man, I'm a gentleman. I never tell. And I'm like, you were just bragging about fucking a hot chick. You don't want to show me your picture? Like, you know, I'm not asking for nudes, just like a picture of you and her. And anyway, this guy would pull this shit all the time, and then he would say all this stuff about how he, like, when he moves to Tokyo, he's gonna hang out with me and Mark, and we're gonna be like the Three Musketeers, and we're gonna hang out. And I'm like, motherfucker, I don't know you, you know? Like, all I know is, like, your whole online persona could be a lie, you know? And when I met this guy in person, he's not a bad dude, but I'm just saying, like, he's balding, he's got these weird-ass, like, kind of, like, really thick bottle cap glasses, and like, he slouched, you know? He slouched like a guy who was sad, you know? Like, he's been crushed by a woman kind of thing, and he hasn't recovered. And I don't know, when, it could have been that he was drunk, but I made a comment in my chat that like during one of my live streams he was bragging about how he only banged 7 or 8s. Now when I met him in person, it might have been because he was a little bit tipsy or drunk, but we didn't really hit on many women together. But when I saw him interact with women, it was completely the opposite of what he said. And I was just tired of him putting up this front and like expecting me to get his back because he's been a viewer of mine for so long. So he always gave me shit about being fat in the comments, like throwing out diabetes comments and shit like that. And it's like, don't worry, man, I'm part of the boys, you know, like I've hung out with you a couple times. Fuck it, man, whatever. And I don't know. I was just tired of it. I was like, I'll throw a little bit back. And the guy got super defensive. And he's like, you burnt my bridge. Fucking, you know, I hope it was worth it. You were just telling lies. Absolute lies. And I was like, I don't know what your problem is. 1, people don't know what you look like. 2, they don't have your fucking name or Facebook or whatever. So I don't know why the fuck you're worrying so much about your online reputation being ruined if I just say that you're not a ladies' man. You know? And like I said, I could have been wrong. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, from what I saw, it was exactly the opposite of what he said, which made me question everything else that he'd been bragging about online. And the only reason I bring this up is because, you know, this happened this month. And it's kind of a big deal because, you know, I never want to just, like, it's my fault for dragging these people on for so long. But at the same time, it's like, my whole excuse is like, well, they're not a bad guy, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, you know, it just made me feel uncomfortable how this guy kept talking about how we're going to be best buds once he moves to Tokyo. And I'm like, I don't know you. And, like, I don't know. It just made me uncomfortable that he acted like we were such good friends when I don't really know him that well. And anyway, that was, it's funny because that kind of happened, I think, around the time I quit keto. So, but I'm still going to get back on it. And that's the thing. But anyway, with that story, talking about jobs, jumping into jobs and money and stuff. My kindergarten job and my Juku job on Saturday, that's still going well. It's good. Teaching the little kiddies the God's language. It's fun. I taught them about typhoons the other day. And then I'm teaching one of my other students about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And I'm teaching his sister about Peter Pan. It's very fun, very exciting. Yeah, so those jobs are doing great. No translating jobs this month, which is good because I don't want to do it. Patreon is doing great. We're over $400 a month. Yeah, that's right. I should mention for all of you guys who joined the Patreon for the $35 option, if you have not yet received your bandana in the mail, please message me on Patreon, and I'll be sure to send you the bandanas. We've got blue, we got red, we got green. I sewed these fucking bandanas. Each one took me like a good 30 minutes or so. They're not the best fucking stitching, but I had a lot of fun with these, and they're strong. I've put my own personal ones through the washing machine a bunch of times, and they're still pretty sticky on-y. So, yeah, if you guys would like your own personal bandana, it's on Patreon. It's the $35 option, and it's only the $35 option because I'm sending books and kanji notebooks as well to those people. So, anyway, big thank you and shout out to everybody who came over and supported me on Patreon, because all that money, I'm not using it for rent, but it's going into a rainy day fund in case emergency shit happens or whatever. So, muchos Garcias to all of you guys out there who want to support my stuff. Yeah, definitely appreciate all of your faces with mouth. Yeah, but anyway, I also want to make more blogs and Japanese lessons for that, and I'm hoping that when I'm really happy too to hear like I've gotten messages from from mostly Facebook and Discord. By the way, guys, if you ever want to message me, join the Discord and message me there. I don't check Facebook, Instagram, like I check it maybe once a month. So if you want to get in touch with me, that's the best way. But it made me happy to hear that some people signed up for consultations, and some people want to sign up for a tour when they come to, actually when Corona drops, when it finishes. So, very big thank you to you guys for wanting. I can't wait to take a couple of you on tours. I got one guy from Wisconsin that wants to go on a tour. Got another guy from London. I got another girl from Hawaii. So, I don't know. All these people are like kind of pre-booking tours, mostly for next year. So, I fucking super appreciate that. As for what else do we got? YouTube rants. So let's talk about the movies or the videos that I made this month, okay? Because some of them weren't that spectacular, but let's talk about them. And by the way, all of these links are in the description down below. So you just got to click on them. I'm using this new thing called short URL. Shortener or whatever, like short URL thing. I hope it works because I don't know if these are legit. I know they're legit URLs, but I don't know if they'll show up in the description for clicking on it. But anyway, this month for where did I get to so far? This is for the YouTube. So for the YouTube rants this month, what I ended up releasing was. We had Why I Bleached My Hair Blonde. That was a fun one. That was really short. We have another one that talked about why I agree with Serpent ZA and Lao Y86 leaving China. Those guys are two China bloggers that always get mislabeled as China haters. And these guys love China. They're always getting China's back. But a lot of people like to label them as haters because they talk about negative topics about China. But the thing is that everybody who sucks China's dick, there's like literally dozens of fucking YouTube channels out there. But so, what channels talk shit about China? Two channels. Like, come on. Like, fuck it. Stop being so righteous with your bullshit. There was another rant I made about why Japanese parents love to kidnap their children. That's happened at a couple of my schools where the mom and dad are having a breakup, and the dad just kidnaps the kid, takes them to live with the grandpa and or grandma or whatever, and the mom doesn't know where they live or they moved, and the mom can't do anything. There's a lot of it's really shitty in Japan. Your spouse can basically kidnap your kids at any point, and I talk about that in that video. There's another rant about the Hong Kong girl who got away, talking about the one girl that I slept with in Hong Kong when I went there, and she was not a looker, but she was very nice, and she gave me a good time in Hong Kong. And so I shared that story. And that story's cool because I actually get off the bike and I go and walk around a shrine while I'm talking about it. That one's fun. My YouTube subscriber got arrested by Interpol. That's me talking about one of my subscribers named Nampa Nick, Explorer Nick on YouTube. He got arrested because he was an edgelord. He kept making all these pickup artist videos about doing pickup in Asia. And he kept pushing it on the wrong people. And the wrong people are always the people that are angry and have too much free time. And he kept pushing that stuff on them. And eventually, the best way to piss off Asia is to piss off Asia. So he pissed off enough Koreans to call the police. And the police were just like, fuck this, call Interpol. And anyway, Nick got arrested on his way back to Asia from the UK, and I talk all about that long-ass story there on the rant. Again, links down below if you want to check that out later. And then finally, the last rant of the month was what it was like living with Jackson O'Doherty. If you guys don't know who Jackson O'Doherty is, he's one of my hot gay Aussie sons. He used to have like 5 million subscribers or followers on Instagram, and then Instagram deleted his account because he kept posting sexy pictures of him and his girlfriend doing XXX things, and Instagram, the family platform with all the other titty people on there. But anyway, I really like that rant because I go out, I go to the beach. the shitty harbor beach in Tokyo, and I go and walk around this trespassing, like I trespass in this area, and I just talk about him, and that's really cool. And I don't know, that was fun. You basically just see me sitting at the beach talking. That's cool. As for the podcast, we released the episode of the Miyagi Prefecture, where I interviewed my buddy Frazier, who's a university teacher here. And then for the Hokkaido episode, I interviewed Ardo DeBito. I talked about him earlier. He's one of those activists that it's either you love him or you hate him. There's no in between. A lot of people hate him, but I think he's misunderstood. So, which is funny because he's basically a white guy who got Japanese citizenship, and then he went around and he started calling out Japan for its racial biased bullshit. And when the Black Lives Matter thing happened, he's like, I am for Black Lives Matter. And all Black Lives Matter activists in Japan were like, fuck you, whitey. And he's like, I am not white, I am Japanese. Fuck you, Japanese white man. I love it. The guy can't win. He can't win. Black Lives Matter, very smart group. Remember that, guys. 5 stars. They don't embezzle money or anything. That didn't happen. That was not in the news in Atlanta, Georgia. You lied. That guy's totally a white man, not an albino. Anyway, as for Sunday videos, I didn't really have anything planned this month, so I did a Future Funk video where it was just the microphone didn't work for my rant, so I just put some Future Funk or some music from the Epidemic Sound, that sponsor. I put some of that 80s music on the background, and then I just turned up the saturation. And yeah, I don't know, it turned out to be a pretty decent video. I released another random day in my Tokyo life. That one was fun. You guys seem to really like that. I thought it was a little bit too long, but hey, you guys, everyone's like, this is the best video ever. I'm like, it's only the best video because I haven't made videos like this in a while. Trust me, I can make more. I did a compilation of me playing Mario on Twitch. I don't understand why people don't like me playing video games. I love playing video games, and I think my commentary is quite, funny. Maybe not original, but funny. But no one seems to give a shit about it, which is sad, because I love doing it. And then finally, for the last video of the month, I interviewed, again, Masato, my hot gay Japanese soccer-loving son who loves Uber Eats. And that was cool. As for the live streams, dude, we did so many fucking live streams in September. We did, like, a bunch. We finished Persona 4. God, that took so long to finish that fucking game. But we finished it, and it was good. We finished Shenmue 1 and 2, which was nice. And we just started 3, which sucks. So disappointed. I know it was shitty. I heard it was shitty, but I thought they were talking about this story, not the gameplay. Oh, man. Yeah, but I've got all the links for all of those live streams down below, too. I started to upload these to my YouTube channel, but I'm doing it on a daily basis for the second YouTube channel. So if you want to see the most updated live streams, they're all backed up to my Twitch page. So the links are down below. But if you guys want to go check that out, feel free. If not, if you want to wait till they get uploaded to YouTube, that's fine too. I'm just saying they're all, the most updated ones are on Twitch right now. So yeah, enjoy. So that's it for the YouTube stuff. As for what is it? What about incoming future stuff for YouTube stuff in... Oh, it's my fucking... It's like, when you got allergies and it's like the inside of your nose and throat are itchy? Ugh. Anyway, the podcasts I'm going to be making for next month are Aomori Prefecture, Shimane Prefecture, and Saga Prefecture. And one of the guy who I'm interviewing for Aomori, he's my ex-roommate here. He's one of my mods on Twitch. He's a good guy. His name's JR. And he's all really like, don't show my face, so I have to make a slideshow, and I don't know. It's okay, but still, it's my fault. I told him that it's a podcast, so he didn't think we were going to record his face, but... So I have to go and spend some time to redo that podcast. But then Shimane, we're interviewing my boy Jason, My Argonauts. If you look up Jason's Sumo channel on YouTube, he's really big now. He's like the main sumo channel for anybody looking up sumo in English. Very cool guy. And then we've got Saga, where I'm going to be interviewing Daniel. He's Aussie. He's called Wasabi Cars. He does videos on retro cars in Japan. Pretty cool dude. So going to be talking to him for that. And as for vlogs, I don't know if I'm going to get to all of these, but I'd love to do another day in my life video. I want to make more of this. Because all I do is just take my GoPro around and I film all day. I could do that easily. I want to do some Japanese interviews. Like I said, interview some people here that are Japanese, in Japanese, and then have my boy Pauly Scone subtitle them for me. And then Matt versus Yoga. My other hot gay son, Matt versus Japan. He, he had this slimy fucking business partner basically take advantage of him being young and stupid. And this business partner tried to steal like half of Matt's money. And Matt's making bank. So this guy, he did a slimy thing and he tried to slander my boy Matt. Matt's basically, he took the method that I used to learn Japanese, all Japanese all the time. And he basically kind of, he finished that study program and then he made his own program based on answering the questions that were not answered in that one. And he has a whole community around learning Japanese. He's great, hot, sexy son. So, and he was my subscriber before he became a YouTuber. So I've known about him before he started YouTube. And it makes me angry when somebody goes after my boy like that. Because I don't know Matt that well, but I do know he's not even a little brother. He's like a little nephew to me. And nobody fucks with my hot gay son. Okay, so yeah, that's I'm gonna make a video exposing his business partner for being a fucking slimy creep asshole, and that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna go fun. I'm gonna go fucking bonkers with that editing on that. It's gonna be good. I've got this whole, look at this. I even did this. Like, look, I got this whole fucking story map like just planned out because I needed something to write shit on. And this is gonna be fun, you know. Oh, this is gonna be great. Let's make the story map talking shit about this guy. But anyway, yeah. So I have that video planned. I want to do more rants on other YouTube and like online related people. I want to make more Japanese lessons for Patreon, and there's this music video that's Japanese. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but it's a Japanese music video that I really, really, really want to make, and I know you guys will love it when I put it out. But I can't. I'm going to let you get a taste, but I'm not going to give you the whole main course until the video is released, okay? You're going to like it, though. It's going to be good. Anyway, we've got that. As for the IRL streams, we did a lot of just sitting down on my fat ass talking live streams. Links down below. As for the games, like I said, we did for Persona 4 and Shenmue 1 and 2. So happy to beat Persona 4. Fuck, that game took forever. But we finally beat it, man. Oh, such a big load off my chest of just having to fucking get that game done. That game was 130 hours of my life. I can't believe that. I don't know if I want to invest that much into a game again. Or at least not at that level. Yeah, so we did that. And, yeah, in case you guys don't know, the live streaming schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Twitch.tv/Tkyosam. It's from noon Tokyo time, usually till 8 or 10 p.m. It's like 10 hours of streaming. And, yeah, I'm going to try to do a little bit more themed nights. I don't know, but anyway, if you're going to catch one of them, always catch the Monday stream, because the Monday stream is where we just do a long talk, where we just hang out, watch movies, eat junk food. It's great. Yeah, I started weightlifting. Well, I only did it one time, but I want to start weightlifting more when I do the live streams. So every single time I do a live stream, as long as like the keto's in place and everything, I want to do at least like a 20 to 30 minute workout session at the beginning of the stream on my phone, and then we'll switch over to the PC. I only got to do it once this month, but I plan on doing more. Overall, for this month, it was great to put out more rants and podcasts. I know people don't like the podcast, but I like it, so meh. I want to make more, what is it, like, I don't know, that was good. Like, overall, the content that I put out, I'm not 100% hating it, but at the same time, I know I can do better, and I know you guys are waiting for more content. Another good news is that there's two websites called Library and BitChute, and I didn't know up until now that you could sync them to your YouTube profile. So these two websites now just suck my data off of my YouTube channel, and up until now, I was just manually uploading stuff to that channel because I didn't know any other way to do it. Because I was stupid. I could have just Googled how to mirror your YouTube content, but I was stupid. I didn't do it. So, meh. Now I know. The more you know. Rainbow. But anyway, what are the goals for October regarding YouTube? Yeah, still want to put out 2 or 3 more videos for the podcasts. For the rants, I want to film more rants when the weather's good. I got the GoPro batteries. Like, I used to do 1 or 2 at a time. Now I'm going to try to do more. But obviously I'm going to make it so you guys don't know when, if they're current rants or whatever. Because I basically, every month I'm going to release 6 rants. So hopefully half of those are going to be current, so you guys won't be able to tell. And then half of them are going to be backlogged, but evergreen content. So it's on topics that don't really matter for the timing. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. As for the rants, what I'd like to do also is I want to get a GPS map. I usually have my phone turned off during this, when I'm on my bike, but I want to try to track, with the screen recorder, the GPS of me moving through Tokyo. If I could do that and put it in, the corner here while, I'm streaming, I think that would be really cool to show you guys my route on where I go through Tokyo. Yeah, and make it the opacity going down or whatever, so it's kind of see-through. I thought that would be cool. As for vlogs, I'd like to do... and as for the rants, too, I want to put in more B-roll and more drone footage, but kind of like ADV China does, but we'll get to it when we get to it. As for vlogs, I'd like to make more of those in my day life vlogs, because I know you guys really like them, and they don't take that much to edit. It's just literally cutting up footage, and then you guys see the whole day. So that'd be fun. I want to do that. As for live streaming, I'd like to try live streaming at least once a week on my YouTube channel. I've said that before, but I don't know. People can mass flag it, and then your YouTube channel's gone. So I don't know if I want to, I don't know if I want to chance that. But on the weekends, if I don't have any other shit going on, I don't mind doing a live stream for on Saturday or Sunday. Just gotta tell. Just gotta tell, buddy. Anyway, we're almost getting to the end of the video, luckily. It's been a long-ass video. So those are my YouTube goals for October. As for work or health-wise, health is just I want to get back into keto, try cooking a lot. I have a keto journal, secret journal on Discord that you guys can't see, and not even my mods can see. And eventually, not if, but when this weight comes off, and when I feel better, I'll release that to the public so people can basically just go and check it out. And I don't know, I want to make that diary. I don't know if I'll make it free, but I think it will be if you buy a recipe book or something of mine, then you can get access to the journal, which you can just go through, and I'll have pictures and talk about my feelies and stuff and all that shit. And then it's just anybody can use it. Anyone can go and browse it. So that'd be good. But yeah, I mean, aside from money stuff too, one of my companies that I used to work for, they want me to do Zoom English classes for them again. So I don't know how that's going to work, but that'll be interesting. I still want to give it a go, try to see if I could do something with that. And yeah, as for what else? Yeah, I want to share with you guys some media that I've been watching. I like to do this at the end of each monthly episode. So some YouTubers I've been watching that I highly recommend you guys check out. This isn't all of them, but it's some of them. There's Civi11. This guy's fucking crazy. He's awesome. He's basically he does reviews of first-person shooters, old game first-person shooters, like Duke Nukem, Doom, Quake, and his whole spiel is that he's this guy in a dystopian prison that is forced to do movie reviews in order to not be killed or something. It's really cool, and he's really funny. He talks about smoking crack and shooting people. in Postal, the game, but I don't know. It's fun. There's another guy called Albert fucking Wesker. He's a Twitch streamer, and he focuses mostly on Resident Evil content. And he also plays a lot of mods that are made from people. So that's really cool. I saw him because he was playing the unreleased version of Resident Evil 1.5, which was original Resident Evil 2, that they scrapped like 70% into it because it looked too much like the first one. I don't know. Blah. The guy who I said makes log cabins and like shows himself like hunting and like doing all this DIY stuff, his name is called My Self Reliance. It's a really fucking good channel. If you guys go and I don't know, I'll put all the names of this down in the description, but yeah, you should definitely go check him out. His videos are just so tranquil, and he's really good at making them. And I could tell he's probably paid for his kids' college tuition already by just his YouTube channel. It's so good. It's so wholesome. There's also Sheeb Nation, where this guy takes video of his Shiba Inu Max. I think he lives in Norway or Sweden, but it's just, I don't know. I love Shiba Inus. They're too crazy for me. I don't think I could keep one, but having, I don't know, just watching videos of it makes me happy. There's this other guy called Stick Hammer 666. He's this guy who he's this pseudo-intellectual guy who likes to talk about, current news and current events and stuff. And I don't know, I really like, I like his spiel, I like his talk. I follow him on YouTube and BitChute, but I mostly watch him on BitChute because I think on BitChute you get money for if you watch. You get like BitChute like coins or whatever if you watch people watch their content, and so I make sure to always watch his content on BitChute, and just because I want to help grow that platform too. But his stuff is really good. Check him out. Also, Davines Trappings, the Dav Troopin, Dave Trippin. He has a podcast recently called The Interspace, and I gotta say, Dave is very good at talking, and he always talks about this like semi-pseudo-intellectual stuff that I don't really think about that often. But Dave Trippin, he's a fellow YouTuber and from Japan. I've known him for a long time, and his content's gotten a lot better since before. He used to just do talking to the camera videos like I'm doing now, and now he's actually got skill, and he loves being a filmmaker, and I don't know, he's cool. Also, I've been watching It's a Gundam. He's awesome. Fuck Pokimane. He doesn't like Pokimane. There's Yellow Flash 2, which is like another kind of current events guy, kind of like It's a Gundam. Just, calling out people on their bullshit. I love it. There's this guy called Will Baga, and he's this Aussie guy who does these Let's Plays of Oblivion mostly. And you'll know him if you type in Autism Cat Oblivion. You can find his stuff, and he just is really good with his storytelling. Like every episode is not like a Let's Play. It's like an episode in a story that he made in Oblivion. Like think of what was that one? Red versus Blue. Think of Red versus Blue, but with Oblivion, and like a lot better. Like it's like that. So there's him. There's Carcinogen SDA, and this guy does hard runs of video games like Silent Hill, like RPGs or whatever. He just goes and does like these super hardcore, no damage runs and stuff, and he does commentary throughout the whole video. I'm really liking to watch his stuff. There's another YouTube channel called Mako, MA_KO, and it's basically just this person who owns a river otter in Japan. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard a river otter like cry or like whine or bark, but they're so cute. They basically just make a little like squeeze, like like I can't do it, but they're. If you guys have ever heard a river otter sound, they're just adorable. So, and I always love watching Japanese YouTube channels. So that one's been great. As for movies, so that's YouTube stuff. I'll have more later. I share everything that I like, that I find online. I share on my Discord. So if you guys want to check out any of this stuff, I probably have posted a link to it in the Discord already. As for movies, I don't know what movies I've been watching. I watched Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas in Japanese. God, some movies, no matter how hard they try, they just can't capture the essence of the original movie in English. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, I watched it to get through it in Japanese, but yeah, never again. English all the way. I watched this movie called Memories, which I think is made by the same dude who made Akira. I'm not sure, but that is a very interesting but very sad, fucking just sad anime. It's like 3 short little movies in one movie. So like each movie's like 30 minutes, and anyway, it's interesting. It's cool. But yeah, those are 2 movies that I could think of off the top of my head that I watched recently. I try not to watch too many movies because they're just too short. I gotta have a longer, more drawn out experience. So I've been watching 2 shows in particular that I can think of off the top of my head, and it's Japanese and American show. So the American show is called Shameless. Apparently, it's been going for like the last 9 years, and I just heard about it now. And it's about this family of like think Party of 5, but poor and ghetto and a lot more nudity and violence. It's pretty cool. And it takes place in Chicago. Now, I've never been to Chicago, but, I grew up on the East Coast and all around America, but mostly Colorado and the East Coast, like New York or Baltimore or what, well, not Baltimore, but, East Coast, Massachusetts, Colorado, New York. So I'm used to cold, shitty winters. But, I don't know, just watching these dramas take place in Chicago, where Chicago is way colder than people think, and just the fact that they film stuff there is really good. Good on them, But I've been watching that, and I've been watching it all. I haven't listened to any of it in English. I'm on season 3 right now, and it's all in Japanese. And the Japanese dubs. I'm telling you guys, if you can get VPN. Wait, I have a VPN. I have NordVPN. Am I signed up for their affiliate thing? Shit, I gotta remember to sign. I joined NordVPN from Comment Etiquette's NordVPN commercials because they were so good. But yeah, I think I have a NordVPN fucking affiliate link. Yeah, but anyway, if you guys don't have a VPN, consider getting it. It's great because if you go, basically if you want to watch Hulu or Netflix in Japanese, that's the way to go. NordVPN. I gotta see if I'm like where my affiliate link is for this. But anyway, yeah, I've been watching that in Japanese. It's fucking great. Really good. And, yeah, also for a TV show, I've been watching this Japanese one called Smoking. And it's really cool. It's about this doctor who used to be a doctor, and then he got, like, lost his license or something. And now it's him and his group of guys that he got, of, like, hooligans or whatever. And they go around and kill other bad guys for Yakuza. So, and then the way that they show that they killed the dude is they only kill Yakuza, and so when they kill the Yakuza, they take his tattoo, and then they present it to the guy to say, like, yep, this is the guy's tattoo, I killed him, blah, 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 blah. And that show's been really good. I've been liking watching that a shitload. There's also, what is it? I've been watching, so that's what I've been watching. As for music, I don't think I've been listening to a lot of Japanese music. I've been listening to just, city pop mixes on YouTube. That's about it. As for English, I've been listening to a lot of Hootie and the Blowfish and Duran Duran this month. I don't know why, just Duran Duran, that song, Ordinary World, or Ordinary Life. Like, if you look up the Ordinary Life, Ordinary World, yeah, Ordinary World, Ben Stiller music video. They use clips from that Ben Stiller movie with that song, and it's just so deep. It's so good. It just motivates me to go out and do cool shit, Have a life that's worth remembering, that people want to emulate because it was so badass. Yeah, so I've been listening to that. I've probably been listening to a lot more, but that's what I've been listening to, like, a lot of alternative rock from the 90s. And I can't remember any of the shit off the top of my head, but, like Counting Crows and shit. But anyway, that's been good. As for anime, what the fuck have I been watching? I watched this anime of Jasmine the other day called Beast Claws. I don't know what it is in English, but it was like Kedamono Tsume or whatever in Japanese. And it's about these people that are secretly monsters, and this guy whose girlfriend is a monster, but he still tries to rescue her. I don't know. It's stupid, but the animation's cool. It's something that you'd want to play in the background at a bar. It kind of reminds me of Devil May Cry Baby, or Devilman Crybaby. That's the one. It's kind of the same, probably the same studio that did that. But yeah, but anyway, overall, trying a bunch of new shit. Hopefully increasing that shit by next month. And yeah. Anyways, oh yeah, I guess I forgot two big things of this month. So this month, I got banned on, or I get suspended on Twitch for 3 whole days. Forgot to tell you guys that. They said that I got suspended for engaging or suggesting sexually active content. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's because I'm always saying stuff like big dicks for Harambe or something in my live streams. I don't know. I showed a comic book that had like a naked guy, but like his dick was like covered by a big black circle, so you couldn't see. Maybe that's considered nudity. I don't know. I don't think so, because nudity is showing dicks, and there was no dick there. So I don't know why. I got a lot of trolls this month because of me being actively vocal about talking shit about that yoga guy who is fucking with my hot gay son Matt. So probably from them, but I didn't know if I did anything wrong or whatever, so I didn't try to appeal the suspension. But I kind of regret doing it now. I should have done that because I don't think I did anything wrong, and I think their AI picked me up. And if I had appealed it, then I wouldn't have the suspension on my the strike on my record now. And luckily though, it's been like a year. You know, it's been a whole year. Well, I think like 10 months since I was banned off of Twitch originally for saying the word faggot in my streams. Yeah, I don't. What is it? I think I use that word as an edgelord, like as an edgelord kind of thing, but I would never say that in a hateful, mean, like serious way. But for me, I cope with the shittiness of this world with my humor, and sometimes my humor goes over the line. But it makes me angry that Twitch banned me for that, because I love gay people. You know, like I grew up around gay people. My mom was friends with a lot of gay people. So growing up, like, I never thought being gay was wrong. I thought it was natural. I thought it was, you know, like, hey, preferences are preferences, right? And, you know, I've had trans roommates. You know, I had one trans roommate in the past, but it's just like, I mentioned this during my live stream, and it's on my second channel, on the Tkyosam live channel, but it's like, if you're gay or if you're trans, I want you to know that I love you. Okay? And I want you to be happy. And if there's any time where I ever complain about any of that, it's simply because it's the people with the microphone that don't deserve the microphone, that you know don't deserve the microphone, that are making a big deal about something that shouldn't be that much of a big deal. And, you know, it makes me sad that Twitch didn't understand where I was coming with that message. I mean, it was my fault for pushing the line and not following the rules, but at the same time, it's like, Twitch is all about supporting gay people and trans rights, you know, LGBTQ plus whatever. Like, they want to support that, and I support that too. And it made me angry that I got banned for just saying a word that I was against. But, you know, at the end of the day, you got to say what you got to say, and you got to go with, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about who's right or wrong. It just matters about who at that big company who's nameless that you're never going to see, if they really consider you to be genuine or not, you know? Because if they don't like you, they're just going to fucking, you know, just kick you out. So, but anyway, that was only a 3-day suspension. Luckily, I've been a good boy for most of my 2020 with Twitch, so that's been fine. I mean, think about it. I've been putting in 30 hours a week on Twitch. So that's like 120 hours a month. It's a lot of time. And, yeah, so, I don't know, I hope they know that I like being on Twitch. And also, I got my Twitter. My Twitter got locked. It's permanently locked. I put in an appeal for it at the beginning of this month. It's been over a month. They didn't get back to me. And I think that I would like that Twitter back, but I understand if they don't give it back to me. I've been a very angry guy on Twitter. And the thing is, you can be as angry as you want, but you got to be anonymous on Twitter. Use a VPN and use a throwaway email, you know? Use a throwaway phone number if you're going to use Twitter, and you're not going to have your real face, because you can't say what you want on Twitter. Twitter will just ban you, and I think I got banned off of Twitter because the Black Lives Matter, when the Kyle kid, that 17-year-old who brought guns over state lines and shot some protesters, I think that killing people and shooting people is wrong, but at the same time, when you're making a martyr out of these people who did something, and now it shows in the footage that came out that this kid, he shouldn't have had a gun, but for all you guys who don't know, this riot happened somewhere, and basically this guy who was there cleaning and helping people, the protesters, had a gun, and he was kind of patrolling by himself, which was stupid, this area from rioters. And it turns out, they posted this, how this guy's a white supremacist, how he's ultra super right conservative, and how he was looking for trouble. But you look at the video, the video's been released recently, that he basically shot some dude in the head, and they shot a couple other guys. But it turns out the reason why he shot was because the protesters shot at him first. And then you hear him in the video being fuck this, I'm running to the cops. He's I'm getting the cops, you guys shot at me. And the protesters tried to chase him and beat the shit out of him. And I've seen videos before of people being passive during these Black Lives Matter protests. And I saw this one in particular. This guy's driving a car. They they get him in the way of the car. The guy crashes the car. They pull him out of the car, and then he's already dazed. And then this dude comes over and just kicks him in the head. And it's just if that guy had a gun, he wouldn't have gotten kicked in the head. And I don't know. I see this dude, and this kid is running away. Again, he shouldn't have had the gun, but he's running away from these protesters after he's clearly said, they have video footage of it now, of him being fuck this, I'm running to the cops. The cops are going to get my back, Because he shot some dude in the head, and he's fuck this. He's I got to go to the cops. I got to tell them what happened. And these protesters are let's fucking kill him. They attack him, and one of the attackers had a gun. And so he shot one of the dudes in the arms. And anyway, it goes on from there. And if I have the narrative wrong, please feel free to, don't post links because the spam filter will get you. But please feel free to tell me what part of the story I got wrong, because I was reading a very recent article about that, or at least a week or two ago article on that. Because look, if you're gonna put somebody up as a martyr, you got to be able to back your shit up when I bring up the facts to you, okay? And these guys that shot him, one of them had a gun, the other one tried to assault him and throw him on the ground. And anyway, this guy shot these dudes who were coming at him. And on Twitter, the guys that got shot had criminal records. Two of them had beaten their wives or their girlfriends or whatever, and it was public knowledge. And then the other guy was a pedophile. He fucked kids. I don't know if he fucked kids or teenagers, but the point is he fucked kids. And so I posted their arrest records on Twitter, which are public knowledge. You can look it up. And anyway, I think I got banned for that because I doxed people, even though it's public information. But I don't know. Again, it's I am totally for changing the system. I am totally for making things more fair for people that aren't having it be fair to them. But at the same time, I'm not going to miss the small details, and I want to bring up. And just for you to brush that out of the way and be you're not focusing on our overall narrative, that just shows that you're ignorant and that you're not following, what is it Mark Twain said? He's when you find yourself on the majority of the side of the argument, you're probably on the wrong side of the argument, So, but anyway, I got banned off of Twitter for that, and I've done a bunch of stuff on Twitter. I remember I told the Guardians of the Galaxy director defended the Last of Us 2 director, Neil Druckmann, and he basically said fans don't matter, fans are little bitches, fuck them. And I told him I hope he gets forcibly inserted with a cactus, that's that was a little too harsh, but yeah, there's been times back and forth where I've been overstepping my bounds on Twitter, so I understand why they want to kick me off. But I made a new Twitter account. If you guys want to go follow it, it's Papa Tico at Twitter. So feel free to go on there. I'm only going to be posting basically updates for when I release footage on there. So it's a throwaway account. If I do get my account back, I really doubt I will, but I'm just having that for the sake of having it. I don't really care. if Twitter finds that and they delete it or whatever, because I don't really plan on using Twitter in the future. But yeah, be sure to follow me. I still am on everything else. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. I signed up for Gab. Still love Gab. I wish they had a fucking app that I could use instead of just going to their browser website. I'm on Parler. I don't know what Parler is, but I'm on there now, I guess. And fuck, what else? Yeah, I'm on BitChute, DL Live, Library, in case you're looking for some alternative sites to use. And yeah. Anyway, if you guys made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you. Holy shit, it's like an hour and 40 minutes into this. I'm so surprised. If you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, like type in another comment, say, yeah, I made it to the end, woo, you know. That's the thing. I'll know if you made it to the end of the video because you'll say, I made it to the end of the video, woohoo, pizza. Write that down. If all the other people are faking it, they say they made it to the end of the video, I'll know who's faking and who didn't by seeing that comment. But yeah, anyway, that's been my September. It's pretty decent. I'm not going to complain. It's pretty good. And I'm looking forward to October. I don't know what's going to happen for Halloween. I don't want to, even though I want to get out there, I don't want to get it out into crowds. And yeah, I don't know. Back off a little bit for that. But anyway, do me a favor. If you did like this video, smash that like button. Make sure that you're subscribed by hitting that subscribe button and subscribe bell. And put it on all notifications so you get notified each time that it's out there. And if you want to support the channel, I always love it when you guys come over to Patreon. So feel free to go over patreon.com/Tkyosam and throw a couple bucks at the channel if you want to support. If not, it's totally fine. And yeah, I want to try to end these with a Japanese quote. And you know, I can't remember the Japanese quote for this, but I remember the English quote, and it's basically, you can't get the tiger cub without going into the tiger's den. So it's like, you know, you can't get the treasure unless you're willing to fight the treasure monster or the dragon or whatever. So I feel the same way too. You know, if I really want to start living it, I got to stop being so afraid of this corona shit and actually go out and do stuff. So thank you guys for always sticking out, you know, sticking with me for this. If there's any videos that you'd like to see more of, specifically, or there's a topic that you'd like me to talk about, write it down in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. I always love getting recommendations from you guys, and yeah, I think that I'm going to start writing more of these comments, or writing, like, doing, like, answers. So if you guys have any questions for me as well, write them down here if you want me to answer them in the next month's October's 2020 video, okay? And I'll read out your name and the thing. I want to start doing that at the end of the video. So write down a question if you got one for me, and I'll answer it in the next week or next month's video. Anyway, that's it for me. Yeah. Stay black, guys. That's right. Johan knows how to stay black. Leo knows how to stay black. Toe chain.